Hello and welcome to this recorded seminar for Agriculture 2330, Wildlife Conservation and Management. The purpose of this seminar is to show you how to get resources both from the databases and the catalog, as well as how to get the source citations that you need for your papers. There will also be a segment on how to format an APA-style paper, and then lastly, how to get help from the library anytime you need it. So to begin, I will come here to the academics, and then there's this, there we go. And then under library, click on databases. Most of your information will be coming from here. So if we click on that, that brings you to the databases page. The databases that you see here, these are actually subject headings that you can use to help narrow the focus of your searching. But for the purposes of this seminar, I'm going to use what is referred to as the Gale Power Search, and that is found under the A to Z listing of databases. What I'll do is just scroll down to here, to the letter G, and just click on Gale Power Search. Now the first time you enter the databases, you'll come to the database login screen. The instructions for logging in are given right here at the top. Your username is a lowercase c followed by the first 7 digits of your CTC ID number. Your password will be your first and last initials in capital letters followed by your 6-digit birth date. So let me go ahead and log in. Now the Gale Power Search gives you access to about 56 different databases. And the easiest thing to do for that is to select only the ones that you need. And the easiest way is to click on Select All, Deselect All, and then choose the databases that you're wanting. For instance, Gale Academic 1 file and the General 1 file would be good places to begin. You might also look at the environmental studies, or maybe the college and science. Then there are eBooks that you have as well. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll notice that there is an environmental studies and policy. You may also want to pick up the popular magazines and maybe newspapers as well. And there's also a science database as well. This gives you the ability to see just those topics or areas that will have information that you can use. And then up here, I'm going to enter in my search terms. Now, the keywords that I'm looking for, I'm going to be studying the emperor penguin. So that's what I'm going to type in. And as I start to type in, you'll notice that there are some type aheads that are showing up. And so when I start typing in emperor penguins, I have lowercase and I have a capital emperor penguin. I'm going to go and use this one because this will be probably the better of the two. So if I click on that, this is going to give me magazines, academic journals, ebooks, newspaper articles. There'll be images and videos. Now, these are all the databases that are open. If you do not want to go browsing through all 1094 magazines, you can come over here and filter your results. Now, your professor may have given you instructions that you can only use academic journals. In that case, you just click on academic journals, and that switches it. If your professor has also required peer-reviewed journals, you can come here and just say peer-reviewed, and that will reduce it even further. If there's a requirement that it needs to be no more than, say, 5 years, you can come here to the publication date filter, and you'll notice that there are some presets for past week, past month, or past year. But if you're doing like the last 5 years, what you'll do is come here to the custom date range, and the first box, just change the month to January, change the year to 5 years ago, and then click on the first day of the month. That puts that date here. Then the second date, you can click on the last day of the month, or if you want, some publications are already producing their August issue, and so you could go to the next month and click on the last day of the month, and that'll put that date in there as well, and then tell it to apply. Okay, now document type allows you to select what kind of document you're looking at. You have articles, reports. Brief articles are usually only going to be a paragraph or two in length. Book reviews are exactly what they say they are, but you also have case studies and other type of information. So what you can do is, if you're looking for scholarly material, you might look at articles and maybe case studies, and then tell it to apply. As you add filters here, you'll notice that you have boxes down here. Anytime you go too far and you're not getting results, you can take off a filter and take it back up a step. Now, under subjects, you can click on that, and you might see where it says penguins, and then there's one here specifically emperor penguin. So what I'm going to do is just click on emperor penguins, and I'm down to 12 articles. Now the way this works is if you click on the article title, and sometimes you'll notice, by the way, the scientific name is right here. So if you're wondering what this is about, that's the scientific name for the emperor penguin. So what we can do is we can come here and click on title, and this brings up the article, and you'll notice that your keywords are in red here. Now, if you find an article that is very much along the lines of what you're wanting, the Explore More like this helps you to find additional articles that are related to what you have already. And then you also have related subjects here. In some cases, you'll see that there is an abstract that comes with the article, and then you'll also get into the article proper. Some of the icons that you will see here, you'll see the translate feature. So if English is not your native reading language, or you're practicing your foreign language skills, you can come here and translate the language of the article. And there are 25 different languages that you can select. And this is in Russian. And so it gives you an idea of how fast that can translate. I'm just going to click on cancel to go back. The next two icons here allow you to increase or decrease the font size. If you have reading disabilities, some people find that a white background is very harsh on the eyes, so you can soften it up by changing the background color to gray, to peach, or to green. You can also change the font or the line, letter, or word spacing to make it easier for you to read or distinguish one word from the other. And then when you're done, you just click on Done. The horn here is a listen feature, and what it will do is it will read the article to you. As it goes along, it will highlight the words and the phrases of the article. And then over here, these three bars, when you click on those, you'll see it has a download MP3 file. What that allows you to do is you can download the entire article as an MP3 to your computer, your laptop, tablet, or your phone, and then you'll be able to listen to it. Over here on the right, these two icons allow you to upload it to either Google Drive or OneDrive. Just make sure that you are in your Google Drive or your OneDrive file. Otherwise, it will upload to the library. You can also email the item to you, and you can also download the article to your computer, or you can print it out. Up here at the top, you have the ability to cite the article. And if you do that, it defaults to MLA 9th edition. Since agriculture as a field of study uses APA, you can change the citation style by clicking on the APA 7th link. And all you have to do is select it and then copy it and bring it into your paper. And let me put this down here at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is insert a page just to make this easier to see what I'm doing. I'll discuss what's up above or a little bit later on. So I have my document, and anytime you have red squiggles, go ahead and just add those to your dictionary. That way it will resolve a lot of problems. Now, something to note with the APA 7, what you need to remember is that the when there are more than 19 authors, all of the authors up to 20 are listed. And then if there's 21 or more, you list the first 19 authors, and then you'll go ... and then put in the last author. And you'll notice in this case there's an ampersand. When you have a very long list of authors that goes beyond 21, there will not be an ampersand, and I'll show you how to take care of that. And it looks like somebody forgot to put in a last initial. Sometimes you have to be careful about that, and yes, they forgot the initial. So when you see something that looks a little strange, go ahead and look at it, and it looks like the person's name is LR, and so what you want to do is correct that. And it looks like they have confused. Yes, they have. What you're seeing up here is this person's name is Loreto Grossi Costantini. The last name is Constantini, and the initials are LR. So sometimes you do need to be careful when you are getting information And so what you need to do is just highlight the name, bring it here, and then you'll need to change that so that's just RL like that. And that will take care of this, and then I need an ampersand there. So you do have to do some due diligence and correcting. The other thing you'll notice too is only the first word of the title and of the subtitle are capitalized. So this A here after the colon should be capitalized. Article titles are not enclosed in quote marks. And then proper nouns, like the name of a particular bird or the family name of the bird. APA says basically it's the first word of the scientific name is capitalized, not the second part. So this is where that is here. And the word penguin is capitalized because it's actually attached to the emperor penguin. So it's a proper name of the bird. The name of the journal is italicized. The volume number is italicized. The issue is enclosed in parentheses. It is a regular font. There's a comma and then the page numbers. Now, if your source has both a DOI and a URL, then you use the DOI in preference. So that's how you find an article. To get this so that it's in hanging indented format, you just highlight the source, do a right mouse click, come here to paragraph, and under special you'll see where it says hanging, and that will transform this into a hanging indented format. Okay, so that is what this is here. That's how you find information through the databases, and it's very easy to use. If you take off maybe one of these items, let's take off the peer-reviewed, and then the search within also allows you to go and say maybe habitat, so that you can focus in on specific items related to a penguin's habitat. And so you have maybe this one here. And again, you have this information. And when you do the cite, you'll notice that this particular information here, they've put in the et al. That is no longer, oops, sorry, that's MLA. So APA, you need to go and change it, check the authors. This one looks like it's correct, and then just go ahead and select it and copy it. And then just come here to your item. When you hit the enter key, it will automatically format for hanging indentation, and then use the merge formatting for copying. And then, like I say, just keep this in alphabetical order as you add things to your references list. And so we have that. This again, the A is the first letter after the colon, which separates the title to the subtitle. And so that will give you that information there too. Okay, so that's how you format and get APA sources through our databases. Most of the time there will be multiple authors. All right. So let me leave this here for the moment because I'll show you how to do the in-text citations for these two items here. So that's the database, the power searching, and it gives you a lot. If I go back to the results and take off the types of items and come back to my very first one. I have videos here that I can use, and there may be something in here dealing with the emperor penguin that you can use. Okay, coming up a little bit, I have something here called Films on Demand. Films on Demand is a streaming video database. And what I will do with this is type in my keyword of emperor penguin. And as I'm typing things in, you may find that there is a box that opens up below. And what you'll notice here, there's a segment called Emperor Penguins. It's from a full video called Penguins. So if I click on the segment title, it'll take me to that part of the video. And then the transcript, this allows you to download the transcript. And you should also be able to search for the keywords. And sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. And in this case, it does not look like it. If I go and say just penguins, it should, though. Now, the search mechanism is not working. Otherwise, it would be highlighting the words. But I can also come here to segments and see more information about penguins here as well. Now, down here, you'll notice there is a cite feature. And again, it defaults to MLA. So what you want to do is choose APA and then just highlight the source and then bring up your document and then just paste this in like that. And that's all you need. Now, the URL that is provided is a generic URL. So what you'll need to do is close this and then up here at the top, copy the URL and then paste that into your document. And that will get you the permalink. And then you're ready to receive a different one. So that's Films on Demand. If I scroll up here a little bit, there is one other streaming video source that you may want to look at. It's the Academic Video Online by Alexander Street. You come here to the search box, type in Emperor Penguins. And you'll have Fishing with Emperor Penguins. And this will give you a citation feature. It takes a little while sometimes to load. The first one that'll list is APA 6. You want APA 7. And then copy the citation, bring up your paper, and then just add in your source like that. Take out the ampersand. Sometimes they get a little crazy with the ampersands, but you'll notice that this width should be lowercase. So what you can do is you can type that in, or you can use the change case feature and make that lowercase. It tells you it's a video DVD, whose it's from, and then the URL. And that would be what you need right there. And there is an extra comma, so we're going to take that out and put that as a period. Okay, so that's Those are streaming videos that you can get. What you also get with this, when you play it, there is a transcript, and there is a little link here for the transcript. You can copy the entire transcript, basically just highlight and go down. Now, APA may have different rules from MLA about what you cite with a video. If in case you use a direct quote from the video, you'll notice that there are timestamps here. And when you copy the transcript into a Microsoft Word document, it'll pick up those timestamps. But for the most part, all you will really need will be National Geographic and the date. So that is what this is here. So that's finding videos, it's finding articles and other material. If I come here to the library's main website and then go into the catalog and then put in my search for Emperor penguins, you'll notice that I have Emperor penguins right here. And what this gives me, there are videos that I can look at, which is the same one that I had before. And then I can limit it. If I just want books, I can come here to where it says books. And that'll pick up both print and eBooks. Now this first one here on penguins, you'll notice that my keywords are underlined and bolded. So if I click on View eBook, in this particular case, this one says the availability that the item is not available. What I can do is I can come up here to the search box and type in Emperor penguins. And it will show me what items are available. And so what I can do is I can click on excuse me. Okay, I have a listing here of what's available, and what I can do is I can limit it by the year published. I can also come here to the subjects and eliminate material that I don't want. And so I could do say like nature and ecology and then tell it to apply. That gets rid of all of the ones that are dealing with literature, business, whatever. I can also limit it to the language. And then I have the ability to choose an ebook. And let's go with this one, Winged Sentinels, Birds and Climate Change. Okay, I can read ebooks online. I can download them. It's the same thing as checking them out for 21 days. I can download chapters, or I can copy pages or print specific page ranges. I can also come here to where it says Cite Book, and it will default to MLA, so you just change this to APA, and it will change it automatically. And then I can copy this and close that, bring up my document, and paste this in. And so I can very quickly, I can build in various items for my references list. Then for this particular book, I can come down here and click anywhere in the table of contents. And then I can say, look for penguins. And if it finds what I'm looking for, it will tell me which chapters have more information. Or I can come down here to the index, and it will tell me what kind of penguins I've got. And there is our information there. You can see the type of penguin that's listed there. If I come down a little bit further, there should be, and not always will you find what you're looking for. What you can do is you can come up here and tell it to search within and say emperor penguins. And it found 45 instances of that. And so what I can do is I can click on a item, and let's see what we have here. What you'll notice is these are hot links to the pages here. And then if I make this a little smaller so it's easier to read, oops, a little bit too small, it will have highlighted in here the name of the penguin. So it's picking up the emperor, and it's also picking up the Adelie penguin as well. So there might be information in here that I can use. Now the icons up here, this is your full download, your chapter download as a PDF file. If you see something that you like, you can highlight the information and then create an electronic note card for yourself. The citation that's given will more than likely be the in MLA, so you do have to be careful about that. You can also get the permalink and share it with yourself, or you can get the source citation and have it this way. And again, remember, it always defaults to MLA, so you do have to do some bit of watching on that. So that's an ebook. Now if I come down a little bit and say I want print books, I'm going to take off the ebook and leave just the print book limiter. And this is 10 birds that changed the world. It will give me the call number. It will also tell me that it's available. The source citation is given right here. And all I have to do is tell it what citation style I am using, and you want to choose the American Psychological Association 7th edition, and it will give it to you, just that easy. And then all I have to do is come in here and add that to my references list. And that's all there is to that information. So that would be how I would do stuff as far as building my works cited. Now, an aspect of the library's catalog that most people are not aware of is that for print books, when you click on a title and then come down here to other libraries worldwide, if you're not in the Killeen Fort Cavazos area, you have the option of clicking on this other libraries worldwide and putting in your city, state, zip code, or you can put in a foreign country like England or Germany, or you can say London, England. Let's see if it's in London, and then change the location. And if it's anywhere in that area, it will show you what the stuff is located. It looks like it's not in anywhere in Europe, but what you can do is if I were to go and say, let's change this to Bangor, Maine. This will tell me like the distance. It'll give me their address and telephone number, and sometimes I can actually search their catalog. Over here I have a map that will show me where that particular library is that has this specific book. And then I also have their hours and their web address too. So I do have that. So that's an aspect of using the catalog to find other locations that might have a particular book that's close to where you are. If you need to, there's also interlibrary loan that you can use to the library. So that's how you find books and ebooks through the library's catalog and articles and videos through the databases. Now, the ebooks can also be searched directly through the database as well. Now, how to get help from the library? Well, one way is to come into the library and say, I need help. I'm working on a research paper. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to find some resources. The people at the front desk are given training on how to do basic searching in the catalog and the databases. They'll help you get started. If you need more in-depth assistance, you can always ask for a librarian to come out to help you. And what we'll do is we'll sit down and work with you to help you get started and get your material going. So there is that. If you're not able to come in either because of your location or maybe the weather outside, you can use the Ask a Librarian feature. Ask a Librarian allows you to put in your name, email address, and then a question and email it to the library. When the library is open, your response time should be anywhere from, say, maybe a few minutes to a couple of hours. When we're closed, like during the summer, we're closed Fridays and Saturdays. On those days that we're closed, then there is somebody on call that is looking at the inbox and checking for incoming questions, and they'll respond back. You should get a message back from the library within 24 hours of our receiving it. So there is that. If you don't, you might want to resend it or give us a call, which leads me to how to give us a call and our telephone number. If I scroll down here a little bit, under the Contact Us, you'll see our direct email address. And then right below there, you'll see our local and our in and out of state telephone numbers. And so you can give us a call and say, hi there, I sent a question in like 3 days ago. I haven't gotten a response back. Now sometimes at our end there are issues that arise and that may cause a delay, but most of the time those are far and few in between. So if you don't hear from us, give us a call. If I scroll down a little bit further, there is a live chat and text service that we have. The live chat, you just type in your question here in this box, and within a couple of seconds to a couple of minutes, you should have a response back. If you don't get a response back within a couple of seconds or minutes, leave the window open, because what may have happened is the librarian may have gotten called away and not had a chance to reset the availability. But most of the time that you should have an answer within a few seconds. If you prefer, you can use your smartphone and send us a text message at 254-400-2275, and we'll respond back to your phone with a text message. Okay, coming up here a little bit, the video tutorial guides. We do have various tutorials that you can watch. There's one here on formatting an APA style paper. The databases video tutorial needs to be updated, so some of the information is a little out of date. The process, though, of doing the searching is still usable, so you can use that same process that will be demonstrated in here. If you want to know more about interlibrary loan, there's a tutorial on that as well. And then down here, there is something that says Western, oops, sorry, wrong one. It is not listed on this list. Okay. There are various seminars on demand. This particular seminar will be added to this list, and some of them are being updated, so there may be some old information there. But what you can do to get the most up-to-date version of the information as far as videos and guides is to use the research study guides or LibGuides. And what you will do is come here, and there is an APA edition style guide, and there will be a listing for the seminar on demand that you'll be able to click on the video graphic as well as information there on that one. But it's not ready yet, but it will be, and you'll find that by just typing in here agriculture AGRI and then 2330, and it will take you right to this recorded video. So that's where you'll find that. This is actually being recorded for the purposes of this listing. Now, the citation resources, when I click on that, this will bring you to the Purdue Online Writing Lab, or the OWL. You'll also have a quick style guide here too. And this will give you information about how to format papers as far as references, and it will show you how to format in-text citations. Now, one of the things that is going into the guide as far as APA, the APA guide, and this recorded seminar, there will be a link to this document here. It's an APA style paper. It's formatting detailed information, and there are these little bubbles that are here that tell you what you need to do. For instance, the header up here, all you need to do is put in the page number for a student paper. You do not need a running header anymore. You do not need to have the title of the paper up here in the header. Now, the title of your paper will always be bolded, and if you set your line spacing to double at the very beginning, what you can do is just do 4 double-spaced lines down, and that's where your title is going to go. Then 3 double-spaced lines below there will be your name, and then you'll see the rest of it is all double-spaced. So the next lines will be the name of the department, the name of the college, the course number and the course name, your professor's name, and then the paper's due date. And that's generally going to be in month, day, and year format. If your professor has requested you to do an abstract, the word abstract is at the top of the page and it's bolded. The information that you're seeing here gives you detailed information about what should be in the abstract. Basically, the abstract summarizes your information that you're presenting in your paper. It should be no more than 250 words in length. You'll notice that it is flush completely with the left margin. The only thing that is indented are the keywords, and only the word keywords is italicized, and then everything else is in regular font. The other thing too that's important to remember, that APA is a scholarly, scientific style of writing. It is third person, and it is the verbs should always be in the past tense. Now, there is an exception for when you do an experiment or a study and you're describing what that study is, the results of that study, and the conclusions. That's the only time that you really should be using the first person voice. And so that's just something to be aware of. Now, APA does not have a set font. Your professor may set one, but APA does not have one. It does, however, give you some suggested fonts. There would be like the Calibri 11, Arial 11, Times New Roman 12, or Georgia 11. And then when you come down to the title, you're beginning to write your paper. The title of your paper is repeated on the next page after the abstract. The first line of each new paragraph is indented 1/2 inch. This will give you instructions on how to do that. And then there are information in here about what an in-text citation is. It's a pointer to your references list, and it gives examples on what an in-text citation will look like. And it gives a couple here. There's one that is for an article without an author. And then it will also describe how to handle if you're using a direct quote. It tells you how those will be formatted, and there are examples in here that will show you how to do that. And then the reference or references, if you're only using one reference, then this is reference. Otherwise, 2 or more, it's references. And this shows you what the references are for those sources that are in this document. Now, if I come down to the sources that we picked up, and what I'm going to do is put this into a different color. I'm going to make this purple and bold. The in-text citations, when you have more than 3 authors, then the in-text citation is going to look like this. It'll have the letters et al. After the first author's name, and then it'll have the year, like that. If you only have one author, that's going to be very easy. It's going to be, and the in-text citations, the easiest of all the in-text citations is the parenthetical. They do come at the end of the sentence and before the period. So now you have something here, National Geographic. This is what's known as a corporate author. And so in this case, it'll be much the same. It'll be the name of the corporation, in this case National Geographic 2023. That's all the information you need for that particular one. And then this one here, you have penguins. This particular one is treated a little bit differently. And so because it's a video, and this also is true with articles that do not have an author, what you'll do is they're enclosed in quote marks, and then it's just 2014, and that's all there is for that. And then this one here, you have two authors, and that will look like this. And those are what your in-text citations will look like. These are parenthetical in-text citations that you would use for these authors that you see here in this example. So that's how you format an APA style paper. Coming back here a little bit, if you need one-on-one assistance with a librarian, you can request a seminar. What you do is just click on Make an Appointment, request a seminar, and you have some choices here. No preference, the computer will assign whoever is the first available person is. My colleagues, Mr. Garcia and Ms. Oser, do their appointments only here at the library. I am the virtual librarian, so if you're not local to the area, you can click on my name. That'll bring up my calendar, and then you just click on a date, a time, and then continue. And put in your name, your email address, and then you have three options here. You can request one in person. You can do one over the phone, and the phone numbers are provided here. The phone appointment, you're on your computer, I'm on my computer, and we're talking over the phone and working at the same pages. The online version, what you'll do with that is, when you request that, is I will send a WebEx invite to you, and it will have the date and time for our appointment. And then what you do is, at the appointed time, you click on the join link, and that'll take you into your seminar or your appointment. When you click on the confirm appointment button, you and the librarian selected will both get an email saying that you have selected or have an appointment with this person at this time. So that's how making an appointment will work. And then last but not least, we have the research paper review. Research paper review is the library's proofreading service. This is something that we do 24/7, 365. So on days that we're closed, yeah, it'll maybe be a couple of hours, but it will be within 24 hours. Most of the time when we're open, the turnaround time can be anywhere from maybe 20 minutes to a couple of hours. So it's very fast. What you do though, and this is something that we want to stress, is you want to send the final draft version of your document to the library's teaching.learning@ctcd.edu. It should be a final draft version, and it should be a Microsoft Word document. Now, in some cases, you may have a PowerPoint presentation that you need to have critiqued. If that's the case, you send it to us as an attached PowerPoint file so that we can review it and put comments in the file. We will also, for papers, we will run your paper through Grammarly and get you a grammar report. And then we also look at the paper for readability, flow, logic. We look at the in-text and source citations and overall formatting of your paper. And we'll put bubble comments in the right margin to give you guidance, instruction, or information and suggestions on where improvements can be made. Again, this is something that we do within 24 hours. So you do have that. And I want to stress it should be an attached file, because if you send it as a shared link from, say, Google Drive or from OneDrive or SharePoint, we will not be able to open the document up unless we have your username and password. And also, we cannot accept PDF files because PDFs do not translate well to Word. Every so often, it will ruin the formatting, or it may put in characters that do not exist in the actual document. So that's what we have here as far as how to get material from the library, and then how to format an APA style paper. And following this seminar, if your professor has required you to take the seminar or to watch the seminar and get credit for attending, there is a post-seminar survey that there will be a link for. There will also be other links as far as how to get help from the library that you can use and see what you need, see how you can contact us. So that'll be following this seminar's presentation. And I thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing your papers.